They said I never cried. Not when I found the body, not when I was questioned for the first time, not even when they told me my mother was gone. The detective wrote that down like it meant something, like it proved something about me, but they didn't know the rest. They didn't know what it cost to stay quiet inside. It started in Millhaven, a small town where everyone knows your name and your business before you do. I was 17 when the first body was found, a jogger near the river trail, early morning, no witnesses, no clear cause at first, and somehow, I was the one who called it in. I still remember the way my voice sounded on the phone, flat, calm, almost rehearsed. I think someone is dead near the bridge. The dispatcher asked me to repeat myself. I did. No shaking, no tears, nothing. By the time police arrived, I was still standing there, watching. That's when Detective Rourke first looked at me like I didn't belong in the scene, like I belonged in it. He asked me what I saw. I told him the truth. I saw him already on the ground. Did you check for a pulse? No. Why not? I paused, because I didn't feel like it. But I didn't say that. I said I didn't think he was alive. That was the first time someone called me odd. At school the next day, everyone had already decided what I was. The girl who didn't cry. That's what they whispered. Not witness, not student, just that. People started watching me in hallways, like emotion was supposed to leak out of me eventually. But it never did. Not when they showed me the victim's photo in class. Not when they described how he died. Nothing. Inside there was noise, always noise, thoughts stacking on top of each other like broken glass. But no tears. Never tears. 2 weeks later, another body, this time behind the grocery store. And this time, I wasn't the one who found it, but I was nearby again. Too close again. That's what Detective Rourke said when he brought me in. You keep ending up where this happens. I live here, I said. He didn't smile. People live here and don't find dead bodies twice in 1 month. That's when he started keeping notes just about me. Not my answers. Not my statements. Me. How I blinked too slowly. How I didn't look away fast enough. How I didn't cry. At home, my father didn't ask questions. He never did. He just worked late, came home, and sat in silence like it was part of the furniture. We weren't warm. We were functional. Dinner. Weather. News. That was our conversation. Until one night, I asked him something different. Do you think something's wrong with me? He didn't look up from his plate. No. Everyone thinks I should be crying. They don't know you. That should have made me feel better. It didn't, because I realized something then. He wasn't surprised by me. He expected me. The third body changed everything. A teenage girl this time, found in an abandoned parking lot near the highway. And this time, there was something left behind. A bracelet, cheap plastic beads, handmade, the same kind I used to make when I was little. Detective Rourke didn't tell me that part at first, but I saw his eyes when he looked at it. Recognition. Not of the victim, of me. That night, I couldn't sleep. I started recording audio notes on my phone just to keep my thoughts from looping. I'm not involved, I said into the mic. Then I paused, because I realized how often innocent people say that. The next morning, police came to school. They pulled me out of class. Everyone watched. No one said anything. That's when I heard the word suspect. Not officially, not yet. But it was already decided in the room. Detective Rourke sat across from me again. This time, he was different, tired, sharper. We're reviewing patterns, he said. What patterns? He slid photos across the table. 3 victims, and then something else. A map, pins connecting locations, all of them forming a loose circle. Around my home, around my school, around me. My stomach tightened. Not fear, something else. Understanding. You think I did this, I said. I think you're connected, he replied. I didn't even know them. That's not what we're seeing. I looked at the map again, and for the first time, I noticed something I hadn't before. Every victim had one thing in common. They were all linked to the same organization, a youth support center, a place I had been assigned to as a child, years ago, before I lived with my father, before everything. I went home that night and searched through old boxes in the attic. My father never came up to the attic, ever, which is why I found it there. A folder, medical documents, my name on every page, and a phrase repeated over and over. Emotional response suppression observed. I read it 3 times before I understood it. It wasn't saying I couldn't cry, it was saying I had been trained not to. The next victim changed everything again. Because this time, it wasn't random. It was one of the counselors from the youth center, dead in his car. And this time, I didn't hear it from the news. I heard it from my father. He came home early, sat down at the kitchen table, and said something he had never said before. "We need to talk." My hands went still. "About what?" "The police are getting closer." "To what?" He looked at me for a long time, then said, "To the truth." That night, I followed him. I don't know why, maybe because I finally wanted something to break. He drove across town to an old storage facility. I stayed back, watching from the dark. He entered Unit 17, and didn't come out for almost an hour. When he did, he wasn't alone. He was carrying a box, heavy, deliberate. I waited until he left before I went closer. The lock on the unit was simple. Too simple. Inside, I found files, photos, names, all connected to the youth center, all marked in red. And at the very bottom, a journal, his handwriting. Not mine, not anyone else's, his. "I kept her from breaking," one page said. "She cannot cry, she cannot betray what she knows." My throat went dry, because I understood now. The suppression wasn't accidental, it was engineered. The final piece came together when Detective Rourke called me late that night. "Where are you?" "Righto," he asked. "At home. Don't move." His voice was different now, urgent, afraid. "We found something in your father's storage unit." I already knew what it was, but I still asked, "What did you find?" A pause, then, enough to end this. When my father came home, I was waiting. The house was quiet. Too quiet. He stopped when he saw me sitting at the kitchen table. "I know," I said. He didn't ask what I meant. He just sat down across from me. Like we were having dinner again. Like nothing had changed. "You were supposed to stay safe," he said. "I was supposed to forget. You were supposed to survive." That word hit harder than I expected. Survive, not live, not grow. Just survive. "I didn't kill anyone," I said. He nodded. "I know." That confused me. "If you didn't do it, then why hide it?" His jaw tightened. "Because you saw too much when you were young." The room felt smaller. "You're saying I was there. You were supposed to forget." My hands started shaking for the first time, not tears, just shaking. "I remember flashes," I said quietly. His eyes closed for a moment, then he said the words that broke everything open. "You saw what they did at the center, the people they were protecting, the ones they were burying." My mind filled in the gaps before he finished. The counselor, the files, the victims. They weren't random, they were connected to what I witnessed as a child. And my father, he wasn't protecting me from the truth. He was cleaning it up, one person at a time. "You killed them," I said. His silence was enough, but then he spoke. "I removed what the system wouldn't." My voice dropped. "So you turned me into what I am, so I wouldn't break when I found out." He didn't deny it. He just said, "You don't break." That's when I finally understood why I never cried. Not because I couldn't, but because I had been taught that tears were dangerous. That emotion made you weak. That weakness got you killed. Sirens cut through the night outside, blue and red flashing through the windows. He stood up slowly. "You didn't have to know this," he said. "I did." "No," he said, "you didn't." Footsteps outside, shouting, then glass breaking. Detective Rourke entered first, gun drawn. "Step away from her," he shouted. My father didn't move. He just looked at me one last time, and for the first time in my life, I thought I saw regret in his face. They arrested him without resistance. The files confirmed everything. The victims, the pattern, the storage unit, even the journal. Everything matched. Except one thing. Me. Because when they asked me again what I saw that first night at the river, I finally remembered something new. Not just a body. Not just silence, but my father standing nearby, watching me watch it. In the end, they said I was never a suspect, just a witness. But Detective Rourke didn't look at me the same after that. No one did, because the girl who never cried finally understood why. And now, I still don't cry. But it's not because I can't, it's because I know exactly what it was designed to hide.